conference. For the second conference, we are joined by Klaus from Crew Esports, 0rsaken from PaperX, Boostio from Evil Geniuses, and Berlin from FPX. We'll begin with written questions first. First question goes to Berlin from Dark Thought Form on the Valcom subreddit. You have been playing in the official VCT circuit even before most of the Chinese players. Have the teams in China learned to grow quickly, or do you think there are still some things they need to catch up on?
这个问题想问一下Berlin选手，其实你也是之前也有过 VCT 的一个巡回赛的一个经验嘛，所以说你可能觉得在这整个的过程当中，在之前你有学到过一些什么东西嘛，然后同时觉得可能和其他的一些赛区相比，有没有什么地方是需要可能进一步的去加强的呢？
我觉得无非就是一些很基本的细节处理，还有战队的战术之类的东西，也没有什么太特别的东西。但是我觉得还有一个更重要的是比赛的经验吧。
So I think the things that we need to catch up is just some fundamental stuff like the in-game details and maybe some strategies and also the experience playing on stage.
Thank you. We have another question from the Valcom subreddit. Klaus, after the underwhelming performance of Crew during the regular season, you guys went on a tear and won America's LCQ. What kind of shift happened during the weeks between regular season and LCQ, and what are your expectations for champs?
Yo creo que la mayor diferencia de lo que fue la Liga Americana, o sea, la Liga de América, a la Champs fue la mejora que tuvimos como equipo en términos de unión. Creo que nos unimos mucho más en lo que fue la Champs, nos preparamos mucho mejor como en equipo. Sentí que nos estuvimos más unidos y creo que eso afectó de manera positiva la comunicación y todo lo que es el team play. Y los objetivos son los mismos, es ganar y seguir ganando.
The biggest difference from the Americas League to LCQ was the improvement as a team when it comes to being united, being as a union and working as a union. We got together a lot more and we prepare better. And I feel like we were more united, and that just helps with the communication, team play. And at the end of the day, that goal is to win.
Thank you. Next question goes to Boostio from user JRushFN. Boostio, although you had some early shot calling experience in Space Station, taking up the full-time IGL role in EG must have been a challenge over the past year or so. How did you learn the role, and how much would you attribute to Potter or past IGLs you've played under?
Yeah, on Space Station, I came straight from Overwatch, so I definitely really didn't know how to play the game. So a lot of those early teammates kind of helped me get my fundamentals correctly. And then when I joined with Potter, she just kind of watched VODs with me and would help me just like really understand the game, how I want to see it. And then, just practice makes perfect. So we just kept practicing over the last year or two, and we're just at a good spot now.
Thank you. Next question goes to 0rsaken from Sportskeeda Esports. With something back on the main lineup, how comfortable do you feel coming into this Champions event, and how has that affected the practice room atmosphere as opposed to Masters Tokyo?
I think having him back on our team and he can play for us, I think is really good for us because now we can be back on 5 roster, we can back on like 5 power. But yeah, we have to like adjust with him again because it's totally different play style with CGRS before. So I mean, let's see how it goes, I guess.
Thank you. Next question for Boostio from Sportskeeda Esports. Based on performance coming into the tournament, who would you rate as the strongest teams and who would you say are the weakest? Which team do you look forward to playing against the most?
Probably Diverse Fnatic again or PRX. I think both of those are going to be the best teams in the tournament. Maybe NRG if they can pull it together a little bit. But top 2 Fnatic, PRX. And then the weakest teams is probably Billy and FPX. They just have the least experience and yeah.
Thank you. Next question goes to 0rsaken from Strafe. After playing Flex throughout VCT Pacific and then having to play Duelist at VCT Masters Tokyo, which role do you prefer and why?
I think I prefer to be the Flex role because I think it suits me well with the Flex role because I think my teammates they really need like a good flexible player, which is only me can do. So yeah, I just take the flex role.
Thank you. Next question goes to Boostio from Brandon at Esports GG. You probably know better than anyone that any team can get hot and make a run in Valorant, but with many labeling your group as a potential walk in the park for EG, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the likes of FPX, Foot Esports, and T1.
I do think we really like our group. I think it is a pretty easy group. Any team can go on a run, you know, it's Valorant, any team can win, but if you look at all like the overall groups, our group I think is definitely the easiest or one of the easiest, so I'm very happy about it.
Thank you. Next question goes to Berlin from Ganesh at Strafe. In the very first game of the tournament, you'll be facing Evil Geniuses, one of the strongest teams of Valorant Champions. How did you prepare for them, and is there anything you planned for them?
那这个问题想问一下 Berlin 选手，那其实你们的第一场比赛就将面对到 EG， 毫无疑问也可能是最强的队伍之一，所以说可能面对到他们的话，你们会做什么样的一个准备，包括说有什么样的一些游戏内的计划吗？
我们队原本就是以战术为主的队伍，所以就是看教练对他们的分析怎么样。那我们本来来这次冠军赛就是以一个学习还有挑战的心态来的，所以我们并不会有太大的负担，或是说什么特别的想法。
So definitely feels like for FPX, the team, we really focus more on the strategy. So in terms of the preparation, it just depends on the coaching staffs, what they have studied about the EG. And also it feels like for these champions, we just hold the mindset, like we are the learners. We would like to learn more from other teams and we treat ourselves as a challenger. So to be honest, we don't have much pressure on our shoulder.
Thank you very much. We'll now transition to online media questions. First question from Jin.
Hi, Second. I have a question for you. Something now on your team lineup for the champion after not attending the Master Tokyo. How it affect Paper prepare for LA, and what is the biggest opinion in the group stage?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Something now on your team lineup for the champion after not attending the Master Tokyo. How it affect Paper prepare for champion, and what is the biggest opinion in the group stage? Thank you so much.
I think it does really affect much because now having him in our team back is like we're back on track, you know, like we have like power. We have like 5 power now. Yeah, I think having him back is really good for us, and maybe we can like show the world like do the real practice. But yeah, I think our group stage, I think for me, in my opinion, I think it's okay. I guess it's good group. So yeah.
Thank you. Next question from Juan Perdomo.
Hi, how are you? My question is for Klaus. So, well, I'm going to speak in Spanish. Yo sé que durante tu temporada regular tú no estuviste pues muy de acuerdo con tu propio performance, entonces yo quería saber cómo fue ese proceso de autorreflexión y autocrítica que tuviste para poder volver a sacar todo tu potencial. Sabemos que hoy en día pues, los jóvenes que tienen el sueño de ser pros necesitan ese proceso que tú tuviste. Y es muy difícil poder tener la fuerza emocional y mental para poder llegar a sacar todo el potencial que nos demostraste en el Last Chance Qualifier. Entonces quería saber cuáles consejos das y pues saber cuál fue ese proceso de autorreflexión y autocrítica.
Muchas gracias por la pregunta. Yo creo que fue más un autoconocimiento de parte mía, ver qué cosas salen mal, qué cosas hago bien y mejorar un poco lo que tal vez me faltaba un poco tal vez de mentalidad, mejorar la mentalidad dentro de cuando se juegan los partidos, buscar cada vez de dar ese poquito más, de no terminar el entreno, tipo terminar el entreno, voy a jugar 5 horas más y voy a gastar ese poquito tiempo libre que tengo en dar un poquito más, estos fines de semana dar un poquito más y lo más importante es autover, o sea, tipo, qué estás haciendo bien, qué estás haciendo mal y un poco eso es lo que hice yo y eso es lo que me funcionó y nada más.
Gracias.
The question was, throughout the regular season, you were very vocal about not being happy with your own performance, and what was the process to really show your potential and the potential that we got to see in last gen. So any advice that you have for people and for everybody that was following that path? And the answer was, it was more of a journey of really knowing myself and the things that I did wrong, the things that I did right, and what I needed, what was missing. Also bettering my mentality and always giving a little bit more. Maybe after the training, spending 5 more hours playing ranked, or maybe playing a little bit more during the weekends, doing always a little bit more. And at the end of that is understanding what you do well and what you're not doing so well. And that's what I did.
Thank you. Next question goes to Renato.
Hi, my question is also for Klaus. Klaus, Kenny dijo hace muy poco que veía a este crew más fuerte que el crew que logró el top 4 en Champions de 2021. Tú, siendo miembro de ambos equipos, ¿crees que es así o cómo lo ves en tu opinión?
Yo creo que sí, se ve algo parecido a lo que fue ese crew, que era un crew muy unido, era un grupo muy unido y todos confiamos en cada uno y cada uno está en su máximo nivel, en su peak. Entonces creo que es una muy buena oportunidad este año y lo que es este Champion para demostrar de nuevo que estamos todos estamos dando todo nuestro 200% para que suceda algo mejor que lo que fue el 2021. Así que yo creo que sí.
Gracias, Capi. Suerte.
The question was, because it said that they see crew better than the crew in 2021 in that run that they had, and if Klaus agrees or not. And the answer was, I think it does feel very similar to what that crew in 2021 was. Very united, very together, and a team that trusted in each other, the teammates trust each other, and in everybody in the team. And everybody was at their best level, at their peak. This Champions is for us to show that 200% that we have to even get better results than we did back then.
Thank you. Next question goes to VLRGG.
Hello. All right. So this question is for Berlin. So the last time we saw you internationally, which was during lock-in, you were still playing with Yushin as your controller Sentinel Flex. But afterwards, you brought in Lisor as an additional 6th player. How have his impact been throughout the year, especially for in FGC and Champions qualifier, and how are you expecting the overall playstyle compared to how you did during lock-in?
这个问题想要问一下柏林选手，其实上一次我们在国际赛的舞台上见到你是在巴西的季前邀请赛上，那个时候呢，你们的队员是由雨辰，然后担任一个控场位一个烟位。那其实我们有注意到你们是有一些人员的变动的，现在也把刘一手给刘一手加入之后，你们也是形成了一个6人的一个组合，所以说也想问一下，可能刘一手的加入，整个对于队伍有怎么样的一个影响呢？同时你们也有一些，比如像 CQ 之类的比赛，所以说整个你觉得会对整个团队的一个打法风格有什么样的一个影响？你对此有什么样的一个看法？那你觉得可能和之前你们在巴西季前邀请赛上的表现，或者说整体的一个风格会有怎么样的一个改变呢？
刘一手在过去因为一些个人原因，所以没办法上场，但是在这之前，他就是一个已经很足够强大的选手，所以我认为我们的打法会更加的激进一点，然后也更加的个人一点，会带有点混乱。那在未来应该不会有，我认为跟过去不会有太大的打法上的风格会有什么差异什么。
Yeah, to be honest, Lesor have definitely participated in our team, and he is a very strong player, and he can always have a very aggressive play style. And after he joined in, it feels like we just focus more on the individual plays. And I don't feel like maybe in the future we're going to have a lot of changes in our play style.
Thank you. In interest of time, we're going to have to swap to on-site media questions. Are there any on-site media?
Hi, my question is for Boostio. I wanted to know, since this is the first global Valorant tournament happening in North America, do you feel that there is any sort of advantage for you guys and for NRG playing on home soil?
There probably isn't an advantage. It doesn't really feel like it that much because we didn't really get to travel or have like that 1 or 2 days to travel. So it feels really weird being at like the biggest tournament of the year, but not like traveling to another country. But I'm sure when like we get deep in the tournament and when a lot of games are happening and we feel the NA crowd, it'll probably definitely be like a buff for us. But right now it just seems a little off, but as the tournament goes on, I think it'll be good for us.
Thank you.
这个问题问一下 Berlin， EG 在东京大师赛的表现非常亮眼，你觉得你和 EG 的指挥在打法或者指挥风格上有什么不同？
就像我过去所说的，就是我个人不怎么会去注意说比赛上其他队伍比赛上的东西，所以我并没办法很清楚的知道说对方的指挥会是怎么样的风格。就是我是比较在场上灵机一变一点，对。
So this question is over to Berlin. You're going to face against Evil Geniuses, and in Tokyo Masters, definitely they got a great performance. And also, you are the IGL for the team. So compared to the Boostio, the IGL for EG, what's the difference in between the styles between two of you? And his answer was, personally speaking, I didn't pay a lot of attention to other teams, and I'm not that familiar with EG's IGL style. And normally for me, I would like to focus more on the instant reactions for the game.
这个问题问一下 Berlin， 之前在季前邀请赛的时候 FunPlus 的成绩不是特别的理想，然后这次再次回到国际大赛，你们在哪些方面相较之前有了提升，并且想给大家展示出一个什么样子的风采？
虽然上次的成绩不是说到很就是很优秀，但是我认为我们上次成绩已经算还行，就是能进到那个地方，然后与世界各地的队伍打一场就已经还不错了，就是能学到很多东西，让我觉得我们这次换了阵容，然后加了留一手之后，我们的火力点会更加足够，然后我们也会尝试在这次的世界赛展现出我们自己的一面。对，我们过去没办法很好的在世界赛上发挥出我们真正的能力，对。但我也不知道会怎么样，但就是对，拭目以待。
So this question was over to Berlin. Previously, the FPX didn't manage to show a very good performance in the Brazil lock-in. So how would you evaluate on the improvements made by the team after that? And what kind of style do you think this FPX has? And his answer was, we feel definitely for the last international tournaments in Brazil, we didn't manage to show a very good performance, but it feels like it was acceptable because through that locking, we have learned a lot of stuff from different strong teams. It feels like to play on the international tournament itself is a very good experience for the whole team. And for now, we have some changes in the rosters. We got a new player, Rosso, to join inside the team, and we feel like we would like to try our best to showcase our performance in these tournaments. Definitely, previously we didn't manage to show a very good performance, but for these champions, anything can happen on stage, right? So let's just wait and see.
Hi guys, this is Digon from Digon Esports. This is Forsaken and Boostio. Both of you guys have had brilliant records at international play, but have come up short. Do you feel that extra pressure is beneficial or is going to be difficult to overcome?
I don't really feel the pressure yet. Maybe in the tournament I will, but as of right now, I haven't really thought about I still don't think we're we're gonna come in and destroy everyone. I think we're one of the better teams, but it's not that like I have overconfidence. We're gonna take every team seriously and just play like we did in Tokyo.
For me, I think pretty much the same, but yeah, we always come with every tournament with zero expectations, and we always have like same mentality, which is we just play like for fun, and if we win, we win. If you lose, then we just learn from it. So yeah.
Thank you very much. That's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back shortly.